How's everybody doing? Crazy! What's up, buddy? Hi, Gemini. Thank you for coming in. Love you, love you, love you. Can you hear me? Is anybody in there? Hey, buddy. There you are. Nope. Hey, cuz. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, man. This new Vice is just like pure passion. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for stopping in. You guys can hear me okay? Everything okay with the stream? Perfect. Okay. Good. So dad was supposed to come home today, Chris, but they decided to keep him one more day. They wanted to do blood work and make sure everything was good. So that's what's going on. But he's very doing much better. He's high spirits, doing really good. So yay. Weird picture. Yeah, because there's two of me. Are you guys not seeing both? Hey, Doc, how's it going? Are you guys seeing both? I will, Chris. I promise. Okay, good. All right. Right on. So I'm going to be tying up this this evening. This is what I call the it's a clouser, so it swims this way. And we have a fish here we call the Oama, and it's like a goatfish. And they so that's the colors that I got the idea for this. So not my pattern, but my design of colors, I guess you could say. All right. But anyhow, without further ado, I have to open up. I know. What's the world coming to, right? Two of me. You guys are in trouble. Gotta open up my door because no, never mind. Let me see. All right. So this is the first fly that I tied on this new vise. It's Miraboo, um, Zonker strip, and some flash in there with a little bit of kinky fibers in the front with some flash. Got a hard resin head on a 3/0. And then I tied the other one, so I decided I liked it so much the way it came out that I was gonna make some stock and put it on my website. I'm really glad that you like those flies, Crazy. I hope that they catch fish. I tied them in just different styles to see which one worked the best for where you are. I didn't want to make them too big. So, and then of course, The other one that's not blue, I threw that one in case, because I know the water's not clean all the time there. Dirty water. Those are more dirty watercolors. There's my dog. Hold on. Here I am. Sorry about that. So I use a 3-aught. Um, this is O'Shaughnessy 3-aught Mustad O'Shaughnessy. But yeah, the new Vice is popping. It's beautiful. The one you throw it in would be great for clear or dirty water in your area. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you catch fish with it, man. Don't worry about it, about losing it or anything. I'll make more. Still adjusting this thing a little bit. So yeah, I tie it regular Clouser style. Put the dumbbell eyes up on the top so it makes the hook swim inverted. Try to build up a little bit of a thread bed here for the eyes to sit on. Thank you everybody for coming in. Really appreciate it. All right. Get my eyeballs. Large size eyeballs. I don't know how much they weigh, but it's the biggest one I could find. They're pretty heavy. You don't want to put it too far up front because that will make it drop fast. You don't want to put it too far because that will make it drop slow. You want to kind of like one eyeball's width from the front. Whereas the first couple wraps are a pain to get it started like that. But once you get it, it's fine. There we go. Like that. 2, 3, 4. And whatever you do on one side, you do it on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should equal things out. You might have to coax it a little bit. And then make a figure 8. Just a couple. Make sure it's nice and tight. If you like it and it's nice and centered like that, do what they call the helicopter tie, where you go under, like so. And what that does is it cinches all those cross ties together. A couple of more figure 8s. Come back up in the front. Yep, I like it. If you don't want to stay, if you don't want to say on live, I understand. How much do they average per fly? The Clousers that I'm tying right now, I sell them for $15 on the website. The ones that I sent you, um, those I sell for $10 a piece. Well, I should say that style. Nobody else has those flies except for you. So I bring it back. I like this. Get some of my UV resin, not much, and make sure that's nice and tight and secure. Pops was supposed to come home today, but he said, no, we want to run a couple more blood tests just to make sure. And I'm like, thank you, because I really don't want to bring him home and then have to bring him back. You know, Spirit Fly gets upset when I tell him how much I sell my flies for. That's not enough. And, I'm not in this to make money, just in this to share with friends what I like to do. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a couple of dollars here and there, but it's not the main reason why I do it. Zap it with the UV light. And I'll go ahead and bring the thread all the way back. Reason being is I want a nice little thread bed there because I'm going to put bucktail on here next. Just enough, little bit in the curve, right where it starts to bend. And then bring it back up. And I'm right about at the barb, and that's where the bucktail will stop. Anyway, here's the bucktail. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for joining. Um, yeah, this is some really, really nice stuff here. Very flashy. But this is gonna kind of represent a wound, like a little hot spot, because the fish is gonna be swimming in distress. So if you don't understand, just watch as I do it. Trust the process. You'll see what I mean at the end. And always the magic with bucktail. Grab what you need and then cut that in half. Otherwise, you'll have too much. Get the bucktail like so. I'm going to clean out all these little small fibers. Like so. So this clouser is, I haven't even measured it. How's that? about 10 centimeters. Or, I don't know how many inches that is. Anyway, but I've been doing it so long. It's 4 inches. So I've been doing this so long, I kind of have the eyeball of the length. I don't want to make it too small and I don't want to make it too big. 4 inches seems to be the best. Taking on right here. Key thing to doing this is you don't want to cinch down on it where it flares out because bucktail does that. You want it to kind of like stay on the top of the hook because what this is meant to do is to keep the feathers from fouling around the hook. So you kind of hold it on the top, and as you see, well, there's a lot up here. What about that? I don't worry about that because I want that body. Now you start off nice and light. Right? You see, as I pull it, all this is starting to flare, but I haven't let this go here. And that's okay. Nice and light. Work your way down like so. Now you put a little pressure on that thread. Work your way back. Get right to where you want it. Okay. You want it to be right at the, I don't know if you can see this, right at the bend and right at the bottom, but not going around. Cinch that down real good. Like it, okay? Don't worry about this fluffy stuff here. That's nothing. Okay. Next step is the feathers. I have these beautiful chartreuse saddles from Sidling Hill. Grizzly saddles. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yes, bucktail as in deer. Yes. Do, 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 do. Hope everybody had a great day today. I'm not in any kind of rush, as you can see. Sorry. I know there's better things that everybody could be doing. Thank you for joining me tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Right. So the feather is a teaser, basically, for the fish. This, when it's in the water, it moves erratically like this. And that's what kind of draws the fish. Also, what I like about this is the nice dark grizzly pattern. So it's like the bars that you see on fish in the water. So when you do the length you want is just a little bit past the edge of that bucktail. Not too far, just a little bit. Maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll take and strip back the feathers because I want the quill in the middle as a source to tie it in. Get the other one out, measure it, same thing, pull it back. Trim out the edges. I always start with the far side because this is the one that gives me the most problem. So this hook's going to ride like this in the water. So I'm going to tie this in where the feather is kind of pointed towards the top because as it gets wet, it's going to come back down. Nothing too fancy in case I need to move it because as you can see, they have a mind of their own sometimes. On this side, do the same thing. Not too tight. You tighten it when you pull on them tight, that's when they tend to fold the way you don't want them to. So just hold it like that. Get it in the spot you want. Tie these in. So. So you see, it looks like, oh no, it's riding toward, but when it goes like this, they naturally get wet and they will fall down like a dot. Right, so now, handy dandy super glue. Looks like a stressed out bird. I know, right? With them googly eyes. Looks like a cartoon. Not much. Little dab will do you. But that's just extra for them feathers. So they'll last longer. When you buy one of my lures, I expect it to last and give you the best performance. I take my time and make sure I do a good job. All right. There's that part. Next step. We're going to flip it over. Take a look. Okay. All right. Yeah, that looks about the same. Yep. Okay. Now what's the next step, Kale? Well, you see this beautiful little inside here. See all that green in there along the hook? We're going to do that part. The sparkly wrap, I like to call it. And you might be asking, wow. Good night, Chris. Love you, cuz. I'll see you later, man. Give everybody hugs. You might wonder, well, what do you use for that? Some people use Crystal Flash. You can use that. You can use just about any kind of flash you want. Um, Doesn't really matter. But I like to take trips to the Sally Beauty Salon. And I go and get these beautiful hair extensions. And guess what? This is enough flash to last a lifetime. But as you can see, very, very long, beautiful. And they have pretty much all the colors of the rainbow, so I even have strands of like flashy black. That's pretty cool. So I'm using gold and green, two strands of each. Like so. What I do is I take in just like regular crystal flash. I don't like that. That's not nice. You come down here. Got a couple of strays. Got to get them in line. Sorry. There we go. Right. I'm going to take all of this and tie it in right at the edge of where the feathers are. Like so. Cut off this excess. Bring the thread up. Like so. Take this, give it the twist. And wrap the body. It's like you're working with something invisible. Yeah. But you know, a lot of people they'll want to twist it all together, and I find doing it like this, I get the variety of the colors. I don't know, it just looks better to me, and it's easier. Build that body up, make sure all that bucktail's covered up, like so. And then I'll kind of start squishing them together. Bring this up to the top here because I need a little bit extra. It's kind of skinny. And fold it up. Bring your thread back that you put up there. Don't let go, because if you do, oh boy, it like unravels and goes all the way back and you gotta start all over. Yeah, it does look super, super tiny, huh? And it is. But see, it's for it's hair tinsel. What do you think? Nah. Oh, what's happening? We got Justin in the house. What's happening, brother? Thanks for stopping in, man. So good to see you. All right. Next step after that, excuse me, I'm going to work on the bottom of the fish, this side. I'm going to use, since this is like a chartreuse, this is chartreuse here, there's this feather. I'm going to put a piece of chartreuse streamer fiber, kinky fiber that's got some flash in it. They call it kinky fiber, EP fiber. They call it all different kinds of stuff. The other thing is sparse. You want to tie in sparse, especially with the Clouser style. So I'm probably using maybe a quarter of a pencil width of this. Kind of pull my taper in there. Make sure it's got a nice taper. This stuff is great when it gets wet because it's bucktail's just a little bit stiffer. This stuff is like when it gets wet, it's like it flows almost like what you call, how can I say? Hey, what's happening, Ruben? Wow, welcome in. Lincoln, what's happening? Wow, I got all the superstars with me tonight. Thank you for stopping in. So yeah, chartreuse. And of course it needs to be a little bit longer, right? So because you don't want to cover this up, you're going to start tying in up here. I'm not worried about this part. I can trim it. Bring it about like this, and then you hold you the way you got to hold this. If you don't hold it on the top and hold it secure, it will wrap around, and then you'll start covering this up. And you really want this to kind of pop a little bit. Aloha, my friend. Thank you so much. Cool, right on. Thank you, Lincoln. Please don't get in trouble. Please. So I'm not going to tie it all the way up here. I'm just going to tie it right behind the eyes. Nice loose wrap. Make sure it's right on the top in the middle. Like so. Couple of wraps. Double check. Come in the front. And just like bucktail, you're going to secure it down. You fan it out a little bit. There we go. Like that. Hey Lincoln, what you think about this new Vice, bud? One of my subscribers gifted it to me, man. You can even hold it up like this. Go ahead and cinch this down. So, get your wonderful Flysmith scissors. Just snip that excess, like so. Yeah, I'm loving this Vice. This Vice is like it's like going from driving a Chevy Chevette to a Ferrari, man. Amazing. Right. Come on this side. This is the top of the fly. So usually this fish it's a little bit darker greenish colors. So I have and gold. And so I have some gold here, some gold streamer fiber. Not much. Not that much. I'll take and cut it. Like so. Take and pull it into a nice taper. Like so. Cut off the end. Like so. Same thing again. I'm not going to take it all the way to the front. Split it in half. Right down the middle. Pull her back. Once again, you want to hold on to that and you want to hold it up on the top because your thread's going to want to take it over to the other side, to the dark side. Follow your destiny, Luke. Sorry. Had to throw my little Star Wars thing in there. I don't know what kind you got, Justin. I haven't seen it up close. I remember when you got it though. This one I am gonna bring up a little bit because I want a little bit of build up of a head over here. Not much. These scissors, of course, like I said before, man, if you guys don't have these scissors, you gotta get some. Really amazing. And mind you, I'm blind pretty much without my glasses. Right. So now to accent and highlight, we're going to put Crystal Flash. Green Crystal Flash. Two pieces. Fold them in half. I'm gonna run them right down the middle. Gotta bring your thread back first, of course. About the same length as those streamer feathers, right in the middle. 1, 2, bring it around. 1, make sure it's good, right in the middle. 2, like that, cinch down, like so. Come back, now you're gonna finish off that belly. And what I finished the belly off with is white. Because just plain white, because all fish are white on the bottom, especially here. Yeah, that's what happened. The vice that I had, Justin, I got from Temu. It was like 35 bucks. It was a good vice, but because I tie big hooks, it just kept slipping and small hooks, it was great, but big hooks, no. Now it's like, yeah, it don't move. Right. Same thing again, streamer fiber, very little because you're gonna cut it into pieces, right? So, and as Bob Clouser said when he created the Clouser streamer, Clouser minnow, less is more for this style, so it works the way it works in the water. They're beautiful. If you have never seen how one works in the water, I highly, highly, highly recommend you go check it out. They're pretty cool. You jig it just like you would any other jig, and it goes up and down like that. And with this streamer fiber, it just like flows almost like Mirabu. It's really cool. All right. Once again, okay. Double check. Now this part here, sorry, let me bring it in the front. You're gonna tie in the front first. Like so. See how it wants to pull it around like that? You don't want that. Cinch down, bring it back. Holding on to that in the middle. Making sure that's right down the middle. Again, you don't want it to go around. Come around and under. Pull it down right on top. Like so. Flip her over. What are you doing with what am I doing with my old vice? Um, I like to pay things forward. I don't know if you guys remember Lincoln who was in here. He probably had to go to bed. Lincoln was tying on literally like a shop vice. Yeah, a shop vice. Yeah, mouse gone wrong. Um, with connected. He was holding it was he was using the shop vise to hold a pair of vice grips with a hook in it. And he was what I liked about him. Hey Dustin, how's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in, brother. But anyway, so Lincoln was tying on that, and I was like, okay, I gotten my Timu vise, and I had another my first vise, which wasn't rotary, and I sent it to him for Christmas. And I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna wait until I see somebody that's really wants to get into this, and I'm gonna send it to him. Just pay it forward. Same as was done with me. This vice is amazing. There you go. Yeah, Ruben, you know how that is, always. All right, so top of the fly. It's got a little bit of extra flash in it. And I'm using an olive color. Very sparse once again. All right, Lincoln, take care, buddy. Have a good night. Keep posting them shorts, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Let's tie some flies sometime. So on the top of the clouser, you don't tie the back part. It's all in the front. I said, make sure your length is, you got that taper in there, split in half. You hold it tight on the top. Remember I said, if you pull down, it's going to spin it. You don't want that. So you're going to, nice and light. Come back again. Take a look. Make sure it's on the top. As I'm still holding in the back here, I'm not letting go. Bring it back to the eyes. And then forward. Don't worry about crowd on that hook eye. You will be fine. There's all kinds of ways around that. Same way you tie in bucktail. You want to make sure that that fiber does not come out. And of course, I always put resin. So yeah, I've got this on what is it called? OBS. I have no idea what and how to do it. My son did it for me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Because on the regular laptop, when I zoom in too close, it gets kind of pixelated and fuzzy. So he's like, "Oh, we'll just add an extra cam." All right. There's the tie. Now, get my whip finisher. Whip finish this off. Oh no. And get my handy dandy yellow Sharpie. mean, the thread's already off white, but it's kind of a yellow cream. So, and then of course I'll come in here and this thread here and I just dab it. It soaks right into that thread. Right around the eye. Like so. See that? Hi, Jamie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. All right. Now comes the fun part. The UV. You know, and you get some stragglers here and there, but that's okay. Like so. Not a whole lot. Just enough. Get your bodkin. Move it all around. Right where all the threads are. And that just kind of sticks them all in place and seals it in place. You don't have any problems with the toothy fish breaking your thread. And there you have it. The Oama Clouser. And pull it off. Check your lengths. Okay, well, yeah, I can do some trimming here. It's the wonderful thing about this stuff. So you can get your profile, that bait fish profile. Like so. Thank you, sir. And what's great about this, because it swims upside down, you can send it all the way down and not worry about catching the rocks. Thank you, Ruben. Appreciate that. I'm going to tie a couple more. And, you know, when it gets wet, it's going to be like that, going in the water. That is bait fish. I will have yellow thread though very soon. Brian came out with a new line of thread that's just amazing, amazing, awesome, and got it on the way. I ordered it. Hopefully, it'll be here soon. It'll be awesome. This is I call it Owama, the Hawaiian word. I don't know the English name. It's a goatfish that we have here, and the babies are very similar to those colors. They look a lot alike. But what I was trying to say earlier, the reason why I use that orange bucktail is it looks like that's an injury. Hey, what's happening, Brian? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in, brother. Just tying up some clousers. Hold on a second. My dog wants out. Yeah, but I was just explaining to Jamie, it's a it's a goatfish, um, and they're like for jacks and trevallies and stuff like that. They love those things. They go crazy for them. So I decided to use those colors to come up with this. Like I said, it's not my pattern, but the design colors, I guess. So I'm glad everybody's on here. It's awesome. Um, Hopefully Dad will be home from the hospital tomorrow. Everything's looking good. We're doing blood work. And once he gets home, it's a focus on recovery, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. Dad wants to move back home to Alabama, and I'm going with him. So I will be in Alabama in a couple of months. Be closer to all of you. And like I said, just I make a little thread bed for that bucktail. That's something to stick to. Bring it back right to about the bend of the hook, right at the barb. Yes, this vise is beautiful. It's gorgeous, and it is like, you know, Brian said one time that when you tie your own stuff, when you make your own stuff, when you have quality stuff, it's not that it makes you better, but you have confidence. And when you have that confidence, things come out better. They look really good. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it is. Like I said, maybe it's just a confidence builder, but I feel like I graduated and got my PhD, literally. It's just so awesome. Yes. And up where my stepdad's family's from is northeastern Alabama, real close to Tennessee, um, and North Carolina and stuff, Atlanta. I mean, it's not that far away. And where I live, a lot of people don't understand this. This island is pretty big, so I'm used to driving an hour just to go to town. Hey, Dustin, thank you so much for stopping in. Love you, brother. Thank you so, so much. Good night, Justin. Have a great one. God bless you, man. Zap that with that UV light. Make sure all that's nice and cinched down. There we go. Cocktail. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. I am live. Da-da, da-da. I'm back. Right. Cut this nice and even. Like I said before, you don't want it to wrap all the way around. You want to hold it on top of the hook. Quite a few, but they're very sparse. It's sparse is good though, Jamie. That they're supposed to be tied in sparse. Otherwise, they uh they don't work the way they're supposed to. All right, so I'll take a look at that, make sure it's not going over too far. I don't want it to go on the other side. I just want it right on the side there, just like so. And that one went over. There we go. See there? See, when I pulled down, the whole thing spun. That's why you want that nice bed there. It would be even worse if I didn't have a thread bed there. Bring it back around. Okay. Like so. You need to make up your mind, young lady. Okay. Bring it back up to the front. And now put some pressure on that thread. And that's all right if it moves around, you can do this. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. Pull it back. Because you don't really want it to flare. But what this basically all this is there for is to create a hot spot, number one, but also to keep those feathers from fouling. You don't want those feathers to foul. All right. See, I pulled down a little bit too hard. I don't want that flare like that. And I'll bring it back and you see how it kind of goes down. That's what I want right there. Right. Get my feathers out. Yeah, my roommate was texting me. Can you do this? Can you do that? I was like, oh, I'm live. Right. To the end. So. Same thing with the other. You don't want, I mean, you can have them, you don't have to be exact. In fact, I like to offset them a little bit, but it's your own personal preference. This is Seidling Hill. This is a saddle hackle that I got from Brian. He had a whole bunch. Really good stuff. Another thing you can do if it wants to be stubborn is snip, like so. I don't want it to be all the way around. There we go. All right. Bring everything down. Get it nice. Okay. Perfect. Now we want to get our flash. Oh, where's the machine? There you are. Two greens and two golds. But I mean, yeah, check this stuff out. It's pretty cool. Jamie, go to the hair salon and go get hair extensions. Seriously, it's enough flash to make 1,000 plus flies for like $2.50. And I mean, look at how long that is. Probably 3 feet. So cut, tie this in. Hey, Ron. Thanks for stopping in, brother. How you doing, man? I see he's got them sunglasses on, chilling, vibing. Okay, and then this is just to get your bobbin out of the way. But before I do that, I'll take some of this handy dandy super glue. Just a little dab will do you. And I like to put that in the ties, especially where the feathers are. And of course, a little bit up here. In case you get toothy fish biting on it. All right. Bobbin wants to take some with it, I guess. I'm gonna take you out. No, you can't have it, Mr. Bobbin. Sorry. All right. Just bring it around like so. Kind of even out the body, all the stuff that I tied in there. You know, I know the fish could care less, but humans do. I know I do. And then, of course, you just Bring this back. Take those back a little bit here. And make sure you don't let go, otherwise it's going to spring all back. You have to redo it. It's a pain in the butt. Tie that off. Put your excess. Right. The first part I'm going to put is on the belly, which is this side of the fly, right? Because this is a clouser, so it rides upside down. So this is the belly of the fly. And I'm going to use chartreuse streamer fiber, kinky fiber, EP fiber. You call it all different kinds of stuff. Really cool stuff. Really flows in the water when it gets wet, but it doesn't like get heavy because it's synthetic, so it doesn't absorb water. You bring this, you want this to be about the same as the bucktail, so about right there. Don't worry about the excess. In fact, I'm gonna cut this excess off and blend it in. Give more taper, like so. And we want this to pop and shine, so I'm gonna hold it kind of like so. Get a nice little end there. Come around lightly, right on the top of it. Pull it down. Make sure it's right in the middle, because as you pull down on your thread here, it's going to want to wrap around. Just like so. Cinch down, come on the other side of it, cinch down, come in between, put a couple there, and then go ahead and cut your ends off. Not worried about any excess because it's going to get covered up anyway. Main thing is that you got it tied in good. So when them fish grab it, it's not going to foul and fail. All right, see how it's up on the top there? That's what you want. You're going to flip it over and do the top of the fish, like top side of the fish, which is got gold and green in it. So I have some gold streamer fiber here. I'm not going to put any flash in it because the green has flash and you got flash here. And we're going to tie in flash because I'm just a flashy guy. Hey, so nice taper, sparse. Remember, less is more. Just because of the way that this you want the action of this to be. Okay, measure it out. Yep, that's about where I want it. Split it right in half, right down the middle of the hook. Careful not to stab yourself. Right there. You see that? If you pull it down, see how it wants to spin over? So nice and light. Pull it down, bring it back, make sure it's right on the top like that. One, two, three. Okay, nice and good. Come right in the front. Have a little bit of material to build up the head. It's fine. One, two. You just go ahead and wrap that in like so. Right, at this point you want to put your last bit of flash. I use crystal flash for this part. 2 strands of green. In half. You want this to run right down the middle, parallel with the feather. So that's there. Don't pull too hard. Bring this around this way. Pull that right down the middle too. Like that. Pull these back. Go ahead and cinch it down. There you go. All right. Now the last part of the bottom, all Fisher white. I just do plain white, no flash if it's got enough flash in it. But once again, sparse. I'm taking probably about a quarter of a pencil width of 12-inch streamer fiber and cutting it into fourths. And I'm getting about uh, very little, but looks like a lot, but it's not really. Get your taper in there the way you want it. And this one, you're gonna tie in the back here and in the front. This will be your last tie. So you want this one to be pretty. Cover up any mistakes or flaws that you've made. Right in the front like so. Yeah, that's about right where I want it. Hold the top once again. I'm going to start from the front of the fly, sorry. You're going to start from the front of the fly and work your way back. Nice and loose, like so. You don't want it to spin around. Turns into a nightmare, like that. See, if I let go, it comes back. Work my way back towards the eyes. Cinch down as I go. Cinch down as I go. and then come under and over. See, I haven't let go of this because I don't want to crowd the middle. I want that green to pop. For this white stuff, are there any suitable substitutions? So, you could use acrylic yarn, um, because it's waterproof, and just kind of strip it. That's what Villagrans does. It's a little bit of work. Orange bucktail. Yeah, oh, the orange. Yeah, I'm sorry. The orange was bucktail. Sorry. It's hard to watch the chat and talk at the same and tie at the same time. I'm sorry, guys, if I missed something. Vibrant as a rainbow. Yes, sir. Hawaii is full of rainbows. All right. Now the top, very top of the fish is going to be olive with flash in it. That's why I didn't put any flash into that gold there. Put it together. You can see very, very sparse. It's not very thick. I mean, it's like, yeah. But the way it moves in the water, it's like Mirabu. It does that flow. Love it. Split her down the middle. Come to the back. You don't want to pass that bucktail. And then this part of the fly, sorry, I forgot this. It's got to be in, you're going to tie in from the front. You're not going to tie any more back here, just from the front, like so. Hold it up on the top. Don't worry about the excess. You can trim it. Don't pull down too hard yet. Make sure it's nice on the top. You want to build a little bit of a head. Not much. It's in the front here. And make sure that bad boy is cinched out. And then come in with your beautiful scissors. Bang. Cut your excess. You tie it off. Work your way back towards that eye. Keep making sure that that stays on the top. You don't want, that's the thing about clousers, you don't want anything to run down the side. You want it to have that vertical profile, not the fat profile. I did do a little bit of homework. I hope I'll make Bob Clouser happy and proud. People's ties with many different things for sure. Yeah, I mean, you can go to the dollar store and get all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's amazing where I support my local fly shop. I have nothing against them, but fly materials ain't cheap in a fly shop. I just like doing this. I like the community. More than anything, I like catching fish on my something that I made. And this will catch fish. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and whip finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys hear the wonderful coqui frogs? What do you use to comb or brush? I use a acid brush, believe it or not. I'll show you. Like a mechanic's acid brush. A wire brush. Take out any remainders. Good old yellow Sharpie. On the sides. Yellow just sucks right into that thread. A lot of people, Jamie, will just get the white here, like this. Spiritfly does this. He'll get the white stuff, a whole bunch of it. He uses craft fur, actually. You can go to the thrift store and find craft fur and just get the white stuff. Just make sure you stack it and everything and take, like bucktail, you want to take all the fluff out. And he uses Sharpies to color his. And he makes some pretty cool ones too. So, all right. A little bit of resin. All I'm doing is using that resin to cover up all the threads. Make sure it's solid, like so. And also it keeps the yellow from fading away. And there's still some stragglers here, and I'm not worried about that. I can trim those off later. They'll get hard, like with the from the resin. It'll be easier to trim them off. Pull it off. Take a look at your profile. Grab your scissors. Make sure you got your nice profiles. Nice tapers in there. Not too many stragglers. Like so. Notice how I'm pinching it, yeah? So you can see that. Pinch it right in the middle. Again, you can see everything. Get your taper in there. stragglers. And like I said, once it gets wet, things are going to go down and it's going to turn into the profile that you want as a bait fish. You know what this would work really good with? A big 9 weight fly rod out on the flats. Oh yeah, buddy. All right. So once it gets in the water, gonna be like look like a fish. See that? See the profile? And it's all this is gonna be just like flowing. So all right. Well, I just wanted to share with you guys tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and clock off and get some dinner, spend some time with my puppies. Thank you all for the prayers and well wishes for my dad. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm looking forward. I'm not looking forward to leaving Hawaii, but I am looking forward to meeting all of you and actually living in a place that is not so expensive and it's really cool and good food and all that good stuff. We have good food and stuff here. It's just everything in Hawaii is very expensive. Huh. Anyhow, I thank you all for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. Get the word out. David K. Smith's Ugly Flies. We're out there and I'm jamming, man. Take care. If you're interested in ordering some flies, you can go to my Etsy shop. Or you can go to my website, Big Island Ugly Fly Big excuse me, www.uglyfliesbigeye.com. Shoot me a line if you got a custom order or something. Be more than happy to make it for you. But until tomorrow, ahoy ho, which means I'll see you later because I don't like to say goodbye. Love you all. Thank you so much, Ron, for being here. Um, thank you so much, Jamie, for being here. Um, love you, Jem. And yeah, tell your friends. Ahui ho, aloha, malama pono. God bless. Take care.